Welcome, everybody, to another Game Vault podcast stream. I'm your host, Mark, and we're here with the News Hour for Sunday, November 23rd, 2025. If you're listening to this on podcast services or on YouTube, it's the 24th. That's usually how we do it. If you want to watch it live, I am live every Sunday evening at 9 p.m. to recap your week in video games. And then it goes up on Monday. For all the people that aren't able to be here. And I do love my fans either way. But, as you can see, you can get into chat here if you come to the live show. And we found out that Goat's weapon has been nerfed in Helldivers. And you can come and we can discuss anything going on in your video game life. And you can interact with me with the news stories. Anyway, as we always start here, I start off with what I've been playing. As you guys saw, I played, mainly, Trails in the Sky. We got through a huge chunk of it. I played 4 hours or so, on Saturday, and I played about 2 hours, so we're about 6 hours in it. We got one more side quest to do, before the big story opens up. So technically the side quests are part of the main story. So I was trying to get through all the side quests, like we had to go fight 3 monsters, and then I was going to quit before I turned it in, because then that would trigger the story. But it took us so long to get through 2 of the monsters and the other side quests that I was just like, you know what, I'll do it next week. We're going to be doing a lot of streaming on the Extra Life there, on Saturdays, so... it's holiday week, so we may have plenty of time to stream as much as possible that game. We're about 50 hours in, it says. That doesn't count. My Steam counter says like 157 or 170 hours or whatever. That's because sometimes I forget to turn off the game after stream, and it runs for 24 hours or more in the background. But I did shut it off this time. So we should be good. Fingers crossed. There. So, so Trail's looking good. We're starting to learn a lot about some of the backstories of our characters. Because mainly the first game just had a lot of surface level stuff for your companions. And you just learned a lot about Estelle, Joshua, and Cassius and the Bracers. And just, you got a lot of the normal stuff, like through a first game. But the second game, you're digging into backstories on basically every one of your companions, essentially, so far. So that's good, in that it's fleshing them out, and can't wait for third chapter once we get there. As I've been saying, the villains have been fantastic in this one. It's the main reason that I think this one has been better than the first one. A lot of charismatic villains, and they all are very distinct in 3D, and they all have some kind of connection to everyone we've met. Like, they're not just some weird, person out in the world. There's some connection to everything going on, which is good. It just means they don't come out of nowhere. Battle system's still great. I learned in one fight, sometimes you gotta retry a fight, because I learned that with this one, these 2 people blow up, like these enemies blow up when you beat them, and their special move is also to do an area effect thing. So I stupidly had my melee people both up in melee with them, so they were both getting hit by the self-destruct when one died, and then they would get hit with the magic spell, so they were just died immediately, and then my party was dead. So I learned, what I basically did was I took my magic users, I threw them to the corners of the map, and then I took my 2 attack guys and spread them here, and then they came basically from pincer angle from the side there, and it nullified their spells. And it also allowed me to nail them with, like, multiple... Because what they would do, they would aggro to the melee guys. So I would just throw an area of effects spell, like, right over top of the melee guy. So all the enemies would coalesce. I would hit it, and then basically my tank would just take a hit from the self-destructs and be able to take it all. And then the other melee guy would be far enough away in some cases that it really didn't affect them, even though they have less health. But essentially, just getting back into remembering that you can just waste a turn getting some of your magic users the fuck out of dodge, so they can go cast spells from the back of the arena. So yeah, that was good. That was like a mini boss thing that I learned that on, and it helped me destroy all the bosses I fought so far by having sort of the same strategy. So Trails has been great. Played a little more NCAA football. Again, it's like you'll hear on Podcast Prime, I mentioned this a little bit. I need to go to a new school because I'm at Tulane, Roll Wave. And I haven't lost the game yet because I made my team so good that I'm eking out all these wins over, I should have lost a couple games. I just made some miraculous plays, to be honest, to go undefeated 3 straight seasons. But the problem is, the reason I do that is because I can only play 4 games against teams that are any good in the regular season. Then I play in my conference, and I'm in the mid-90s to 99 in things as a team. And the highest ranked team in my conference, it's not me, is like a 71 or 72. Like, that's their highest stat. So I'm just wiping the floor with my conference. And the problem becomes, like, I would have to fuck up royally to lose in conference. And that's probably true of any game teams that have, like, a monster team within a conference. But the problem is the game just rates you on who you're playing and doesn't take anything else into consideration. So I just keep ticking down, despite the fact that I beat every team ahead of me in the rankings. I would still go below them because I'm playing in conference and nothing I can do about it. I didn't want to have my school change conference because that would be unrealistic. Now, if there was like an offer to change conferences, which I don't know if they do, I would take that. So I'm just waiting on a job in a better conference and then start all over again to take that team up. But yeah, so that's where I'm at with that. And the only other thing I really played this week was I didn't get a chance to play Outer Wilds. That is probably going to be a holiday game. I played Mega Man 4 for you guys on Monday. So Mega Man, I think I said this on Prime, and so I'll repeat it here a little bit. I think the main thing, I like 2 and 3 better than 4. But the thing with 3 and 4 is they both introduce a mechanic that I don't know if I'm going to use very well or very often. In 3, it was the slide mechanic, which it really should have been good against every boss, but I only learned it against certain bosses. And then against Proto Man, because you have to do it against Proto Man. But it probably would have made my life a lot easier in a lot of places if I got good at the slide, which I did not. 4 is where you charge up the blaster. So, and as Tom pointed out, you'll hear it on Prime, which comes out next week, that the reason I'm not any good with the charge up is because whenever I play platformers, I never hold a run button. So I'm the slowest Mario player or Sonic player you've ever seen. So, the button that would be the run button for Mario is the charge button for Mega Man. So I'm not used to holding that button while moving the character. So that's why I probably won't use it as much, or it'll be like I have to think about it. Like there was a boss, the Ring, I think it's Ring Man. It's Mega Man. And literally the way to destroy him quickly, I was shooting his weakness weapon, like one bullet at a time, and I'm going, this isn't affecting him too much. Like, and he's hard to dodge and all that. And then I realized that you can charge up weapons in this game. I charged up the weapon and it was like 3 hits and he was dead. Before he could even hit me like twice or 3 times. He was dead. I was like, oh, the charge up's the big thing in this game. So we'll see. We'll see if I remember to do it going forward. But Mega Man 4, not as good as 2 or 3. We'll see. From what I understand, there is a downward trend through 4, 5, and 6. Before X sort of brings it back up for a little bit, and then that goes over a hill. We probably won't go to the X Games. After this, I got to find a new thing to do. But yeah, enjoying it a lot. Yeah, so basically, coming up, we have Extra Life this Saturday. I don't know exactly what I'm playing. We're definitely playing Trails. But we'll probably do a bunch of other things because I am off. It is Thanksgiving weekend. If I'm not doing anything very important during the day, I will be out, essentially doing Extra Life streaming. I don't really have much else to do if there's not anything going on with my family or friends. Because I don't have basketball, because obviously they're on Thanksgiving break. So, we'll be playing a lot of games on Saturday. Just our start time is dependent on when we. I might do like an all. If Goat and Metamorph are here, maybe you can co-sign this idea. I might do an all, game show thing. I might do maybe a BizHawk shuffler of like, trivia games, where we bounce in and out of trivia games. Oh, that's fine. Yeah. So, that might be the idea to do before we get into, yeah, and people can jump in at any time with it, to help out. That I think that I got to set that up. That might be a Friday thing for me to do. And I think I mentioned it here. It might have been on the pre-show. I'm downloading Call of Duty right now, which is why we were slightly late for the live here, because it was affecting the frames on this. Because I want to play some of that for on Friday as part of a hasty look or hasty glance. I'm sorry, on Friday. So be on the lookout for that. And then we can, essentially go from there with what to do. Maybe we'll do extra stuff. Maybe we're just making an extra live stream. Ooh. Yeah, let us know if you get that buck. I had a friend who had 9. It's the best story. So my friend, quickly, got a buck. And it was like 90 pounds of meat he got off of it. So that was the beginning of what we had called Meat Fest, because he needed to get rid of as much meat as possible because he could not fit it all in his freezer. So we had all different kinds of venison there. And then we just decided to start making that a summer thing where everybody brought a different piece of meat to a barbecue, and we threw it all in the grill. But yeah, he got 90 pounds of meat. And yeah, it was, it was just like, hi guys, you're coming over. We're eating a lot of venison. So it was funny. Yeah, unfortunately his family lost the cabin and all up there, so he doesn't go up anymore, but yeah, it was fun. So anyway, yeah, so Friday, Saturday, might be Extra Life stuff plus Call of Duty stuff. We'll jump into the multiplayer. I am not doing the campaign. The campaign, as we said on last week's, and I talked about the news story, is a piece of shit that they force you to co-op, and I am not playing a Call of Duty campaign co-op. Unless it's with a friend. I'm not playing a co-op. And I don't have 4 friends that play Call of Duty that I know of that would join me live on a Friday night. So, no campaign. I didn't even download the campaign. I downloaded the Black Ops 6 campaign again so I could finish it, but no 7. We'll do multiplayer. We'll do this endgame thing that if it comes out this Friday. If not, maybe I'll push it to the next Friday. Well, I gotta when we get into the story. I didn't fully read the date on the story for endgame, but yeah. So yeah, and then the other announcements for Extra Life. December 6th is the one when the whole group gets together. We're going to be doing some Jackbox and trying to figure out if we can do Midnight Murder Club. With Jen. We mentioned it on Prime. You can listen to her describe the game there. We're going to try and figure it out if we can get a whole bunch of us to do it or not. But definitely Jackbox. So be on the lookout for that. Yeah, we're gonna try and figure it out if we can do it. If not, we'll do it some other time. We'll figure out another time to do it. But Yeah, that's like number 2 option on the list. The first one is our traditional Jackbox game. So we're gonna be playing at least 2 of games on um, what's it called? Jackbox 11. And I just gotta make sure maybe I have the other stuff downloaded and ready to go. Um, so yeah, we got Hearsay. We have the one. It basically you do make it worse, and then there's like a and then there's a couple, but we're definitely gonna play those 2, and then maybe we'll go back and play some older ones as well. Um, yeah, I got to test something out with Tom in one of these streams to figure out how to throw audio back so that the people in the Discord are not behind uh, with everything. They can see and watch everything in real time there. So it's really just the audio I'm worried about. I know how to get the video up and running for everybody on Discord, but it's just the audio. But me and Tom can do that some other time. Don't need to take this up. So yeah, that's all that we got coming up. I'll reiterate it at the end of the podcast too, just so people can, get to know what's going on this coming up. And then the big announcement is December 13th. We're doing an all-day stream. If I don't have basketball, I'm pretty sure I don't have basketball. From noon until noon, probably. We might not play Trails. I might be done Trails by that point, to be honest. We're going to be playing Phantom Liberty, the Cyberpunk 2077 DLC, with my V from Cyberpunk. So, what I got for that, I have a whole graphic I made up for it. I will pop it up at the next Extra Life stream to show you guys. But, yeah. And then we have 2 more weeks after that, and then we have the December 31st extravaganza, where I will have my cheese and meat platter next to me, and I'll have my charcuterie board or whatever, charcuterie board, which I think is vegetables. Not sure. I just remember that was a fun thing with Dr. Oz when he was running for Senate in PA. But I will have that stuff over here. Maybe I'll do some deviled eggs or something for myself. We'll see. Yeah, so, yeah, I'm trying to think. I think that's it. Yeah, it's all the announcements we have. I think it is time to get into the news. So first up, we have our Game Awards announcements. My Game of the Year, set a record with 12 nominations. Claire Obscure Expedition 33. So yeah, let's go through the nominees here. So for Game of the Year, the 6 nominees are Claire Obscure Expedition 33, Death Stranding 2 on the Beach, Donkey Kong Bonanza, Bonanza. I think it's supposed to be Bonanza. Hades 2, Hollow Knight Silksong, and Kingdom Come Deliverance. The Game Vault Pod has played 5 of these. I don't think any of us have played Kingdom Come Deliverance, and I probably will not play it before the end of the year. So we should have good opinions about these when I do my predictions the day before, it'd be next week's news hour. When I think we'll do our predictions. Was that the 11th? Nope, that would be 2 weeks from now would be our prediction show. And then next up is Best Game Direction. We'll probably do a prediction of all of these. Claire Obscure Expedition 33. Death Stranding 2 on the Beach. Ghost of Yotai. Hades 2 and Split Fiction. Best Narrative. Claire Obscure Expedition 33. Death Stranding 2 on the Beach. Ghost of Yotai. Kingdom Come Deliverance and Silent Hill F. Best Art Direction. Claire Obscure Expedition 33. Death Stranding 2 on the Beach. Ghost of Yotai. Hades 2 and Hollow Knight Silksong. Best Score and Music. Christopher Larkin for Hollow Knight Silksong. Darren Korb for Hades 2. Lauren Testard, or Lorin Testard. Night Duck will kill me for that. Claire Obscure Expedition 33. Tomo Ottawa for Ghost of Yotai. And Woodkid and Ludwig Forsell, or Fossil? It's Forsell, probably. For Death Stranding 2 on the Beach. Best Audio Design is Battlefield 6, Claire Obscure Expedition 33. Death Stranding 2 on the Beach, Ghost of Yotai, and Silent Hill F. Best Performance, Ben Starr for Claire Obscure Expedition 33. Charlie Cox for Claire Obscure Expedition 33. Erika Ishii for Ghost of Yotai. Jennifer English for Claire Obscure Expedition 33. I believe that is Konatsu Kato for Silent Hill F. Troy Baker for Indiana Jones and the Great Circle. Fun thing, Indiana Jones was eligible. Did not make many categories. Just the downside of releasing in December, I guess. Innovative in accessibility. Assassin's Creed Shadows. Atomfall. Doom the Dark Ages. EA Sports FC 26 and South of Midnight. And the most confusing category on this list, because I honestly do not know what this category means. Consume Me, Despelote, Lost Records, Bloom and Rage, South of Midnight, and Wander Shop. Best Ongoing Game, Final Fantasy XIV, Fortnite, Helldivers 2, there you go, GOAT, Marvel Rivals, and No Man's Sky. Best Community Support, Baldur's Gate 3, Final Fantasy XIV, Fortnite, Helldivers 2, and No Man's Sky. Best Independent Game, which this is unfair, but I may be true, I don't know, is Absalom, Ballcross Pit, Blueprints, Claire Obscure Expedition 33, Hades 2, and Hollow Knight Silksong. Next up is Best Debut Indie Game. That's Blueprints, Expedition 33, Claire Obscure Expedition 33, Despelote, Dispatch, and Megabonk. We have a story about that Megabonk nomination coming up. Best Mobile Game is Destiny Rising, Persona 5 The Phantom X, Sonic Rumble, Uma Musume Pretty Derby, I think that's going to win, and Wuthering Waves. Best VR AR, Alien Rogue Incursion, Arcan Age, Ghost Town, Marvel's Deadpool VR, and The Midnight Walk. Best Action Game, Battlefield 6, Doom the Dark Ages, Hades 2, Ninja Gaiden 4, and Shinobi Art of Vengeance. Next up, Best Action Adventure, Death Stranding 2 on the Beach, Ghost of Yotai, Hollow Knight Silksong, Indiana Jones and the Great Circle, and Split Fiction. Best RPG, Avowed, Claire Obscure Expedition 33, Kingdom Come Deliverance 2, Monster Hunter Wilds, and The Outer Worlds 2. Best Fighting Game, 2XKO, Capcom Fighting Collection 2, Fatal Fury City of Wolves, Mortal Kombat Legacy Collection, and for the 10th year in a row, Virtual Fighter 5, Revo World Stage. Best Family Game, that's a joke that they've just been updating Virtual Fighter 5 and have not put out a new Virtual Fighter in about 10 years. Anyway, Best Family Game, Donkey Kong Bonanza, Lego Party, Lego Voyagers, Mario Kart World, Sonic Racing Crosswords, hell yeah, Split Fiction. Best Sim Strategy, Final Fantasy Tactics, The Evil East Chronicles, Jurassic World Evolution 3, Sid Meier's Civilization 7. I'm always reminded that I have that game downloaded every time it comes up. I still haven't played it since it released. That shows you how good I think that game is. Tempest Rising, The Alters, and 2 Point Museum. Best Sports Racing Game, EA Sports FC 26, F1 25, Mario Kart World, Rematch, and Sonic Racing Cross Worlds. Best Multiplayer Game, Arc Raiders, Battlefield 6, Elden Ring Night Rain, Peak, and Split Fiction. Best Adaptation into a Movie, a Minecraft movie. This might be animes too. Splinter Cell Death Watch, Devil May Cry, The Last of Us Season 2, thumbs down, Until Dawn. Most anticipated game, 007 First Light. I think when I get to the next one, we know who's going to win this for the audio listeners out here. I don't even know why they're doing it. I think it won last year too, but I mean, why even nominate it? Grand Theft Auto 6, Marvel's Wolverine, Resident Evil Requiem, and The Witcher 4. Content Creator of the Year. I only know one of these guys because he was in, well, two of these guys, because the one I hear all the time just because he's one of the more popular ones, and the other one was in Dispatch. So that's the only reason I know two of these people. So Content Creator of the Year, not Game Vault Pod for the 6th year in a row, unfortunately. I think that's Caedrel, Caedrel, Kai Cient, who I do know because he's all over the place. Moist Critical, who plays Sonar in Dispatch. Sakura Miko, and The Burnt Peanut. Obviously, I'm pulling for Moist Critical because I did love Sonar, and Charlie's performance in that was great, but I don't know if they are going to count that in this. Best Esports Game, Counter-Strike 2, Dota 2, League of Legends, Mobile Legends Bang Bang, and Valorant. Best Esports Athlete, and we're just going to do this just because it'll be fun to hear me read the names. Brock, Chovy, Forsaken, Keteru, Mina RD? That's supposed to do something. And Zuru. Again, yes, Yeo Goat snubbed again for Best Esports Athlete. It's a shame. Every year, Goat. Every year they do it to you. Best Esports Team, Gen G for League of Legends, NRG for Valorant, Team Falcons for Dota 2, Team Liquid PH for Mobile Legends Bang Bang, and Team Vitality for Counter-Strike 2. And those are all the nominees for the Game Awards. We are going to have fun with the final two when we do our predictions, and I will put them all into a. I hope that Metal Militia and Goat, take your time, go, and if you want to, either be here to give them to me, or put them in the Discord. Your predictions, and I will keep a doc, and we'll do it at the end of the Game Awards stream. We will match up and see who won at the end of the day. So next up, talking about that debut indie nomination, Megabonk developer withdraws game from the Game Awards, saying it doesn't qualify for debut indie. This is from Rebecca Valentine at IGN. I think that's Vendiad, developer of Megabonk, has withdrawn his game from the Game Awards following its nomination for Best Debut Indie Game, saying it doesn't qualify for the category. In a post on Twitter from the official Megabox account, the announcement, "I am withdrawing from the Game Awards. It's an honor and a dream for Megabonk to be nominated for TGA, but unfortunately, I don't think it qualifies for the category debut indie game. I've made games in the past under different studio names, so Megabonk is not my debut game. I really appreciate the nomination, support, and votes, but it doesn't really feel right in this category. You should vote for another one of the amazing debut titles. They are all amazing games. Thanks again. New Megabonk update coming soon. And then the update, Megabonk was listed as a nominee under Best Indie Game, along with Blueprints, Clair Obscur, Expedition 33, Despelote, Dispatch. Since his statement, Jeff Keighley shared a statement on Twitter saying, Megabonk Game, a nominee for Best Indie Game, reached out to clarify that he is an established solo developer who has been presenting himself as a new creator under the name Vendiad. We're grateful for his honesty. As a result, Megabonk will be removed from the category. He'll share more about the story when he's ready, but we respect that he didn't want to take recognition away from other debut teams, even though the game itself is outstanding. So debut indie is one of the weirdest categories on there. That and games for impact are the two that I don't really understand. Because what makes it a debut indie? Unless if it's somebody like for Balatro last year, I think that was his first ever game, something like that. But when Expedition 33 is in there, and I know for a fact that some of those developers had worked at Ubisoft, those kind of people should not be in debut indie. It should be people that are, first time making a game at all. That's why it's an indie game. That should be your debut. Or if you do break off from a big company, it should be a solo game that it's just you making it, and not a full team. So I think Expedition 33 is going to win that category. Spoilers for our prediction show, but I don't think it should, because it just doesn't feel right. It feels a little icky. But good up to the Megabonk developer for withdrawing their name for this category. So next up, Nintendo issues first official The Legend of Zelda movie photos showing Link and Zelda in costume. This is a personal one for me, to be honest. Nintendo has just released the first set photos showing its Legend of Zelda live-action movie stars in action. The images posted in the Nintendo Today app are our first official glimpse at Bo Bragason, I think that's how you say that, as Zelda, and Benjamin Evan Ainsworth as Link in costume, and comes as Nintendo itself officially marks the start of production. Nintendo's confirmation comes days after it was first reported that filming had begun in New Zealand, and shortly after fans discovered the project's shooting location. Over the weekend, unofficial videos shared on social media feature and an earlier glimpse at Bragason, Ainsworth, and a third actor in the midst of a forest scene. So for those of you watching on TV, on YouTube, or Twitch, there is our first look at Link. There is Zelda. I really do like the Zelda design. They are definitely going more Breath of the Wild-esque. And here they might make her a little bit more of a action-based character here. But that is a good area in New Zealand to kind of make Hyrule. It's a good shot. So I am excited for this movie. It could flop hard, but so far they got Zelda right. If they weren't going to pick Hunter Schafer, who is just basically Zelda, Bo here is a great choice, a younger choice that you can sort of grow with the series. I think she's like 21 or something. So it allows her to grow if you're doing multiple movies or something like that. Same with Link's actor. So I think so far they got the setting right. They got the look right from what we've seen. Now it's just what story are they telling? If it's Skyward Sword, I'm walking out immediately. But I think they're going to more lean Breath of the Wild because that's a more open story that you can tell um, than the other ones. So yeah, looking forward to that. I don't know if they have a release date yet. May 7th, 2027. So we're about a little over a year and a half away. So looking forward to that. Next up, the other big thing was the Xbox Partners preview. So we'll go through this quickly. For everything announced, Godfall's developer announced their new game, Artemis, which has a launch towards 2026. The Mound, Omen of Cthulhu, which is a Lovecraftian co-op survival horror game, is coming in summer of 2026. Dave the Diver comes to Xbox, and with the Jungle DLC in 2026. That'll be like early 2026, probably first quarter. Crownsworth is like a Devil May Cry, Hollow Knight, Bloodborne-esque. You know, they know where they're drawing their inspiration from. That comes out on everything. Switch, PlayStation, Xbox. Echo Generation 2 is a cosmic horror nightmare coming to consoles and PC in 2026. It'll be on Game Pass as well. Vampire Crawlers. It's the Vampire Survivor sequel with first-person gameplay. It's like those old dungeon crawlers, those old Dragon Quest, Dragon Warrior, Shining in the Darkness type dungeon crawlers. It looks pretty cool in the thing, but Vampire Survivors had such a cool, aesthetic to it. Maybe it's just, not seeing that. 007 First Light highlights the slick new cars. So, keeping that Aston Martin thing alive there. Roadside Research lets friends group up as gas station aliens in a new trailer. So it's from the people, for people that like Lethal Company and Peak. This is coming to platforms in 2026. Total Chaos brings psychological survivor horror to players. And that was shadow dropped. It is out now if you want to play it, if you want to see it. So on PC, PlayStation, and Xbox. Don't know if it's on Game Pass, but it'll be there. Reanimal, release date set for early 2026. They had a gameplay trailer, February 13th, to be exact, in 2026. Erosion is a twin-stick shooting Time Warp Wild West game. That should be coming out in spring of 2026. Clover Pit is a twisted slot machine game that got shadow dropped as well, so you can pick that up. And the funniest thing I saw is that Eminem is coming to Hitman World of Assassination as both Eminem and Slim Shady, so you can assassinate either one or both, or so that'll start on December 1st. World of Assassination still keeping up the insanity. Zoopunk is a gritty action game that's animals based as characters. The gameplay trailer, I don't think there is a release date on that yet. Tides of Annihilation, a lengthy gameplay trailer. Apparently it stole the show. I didn't really think that, but that is coming to PC, PlayStation 5, and Xbox. Raiji, Kaliyuga, is the final thing here. It is, it's a sequel to a game. I guess, I don't know. Takes place 6 years after the original. I guess, okay. I'm just lost on this one. But anyway, there's no release date, but it will be out for PC, PlayStation 5, and Xbox Series X. So that's your update from the Partner Showcase. Real quick, everything that'll be day one. Coming to Game Pass Ultimate is Crownsward, Erosion, Roadside Research, Clover Pit, Total Chaos, Vampire Crawlers, Echo Generation 2, Raji Kalyuga, and Artemis. I think that is all that I mentioned here. Yep. So if you have Game Pass still, those games will be there. Just remember they are still under the BDS boycott. So if you're following that with Microsoft, still know that's in effect. So next up is a story that we discuss in depth in Podcast Prime, but don't expect the Steam Machine to follow a console pricing model of $500. Valve's announcement of the Steam Machine has sparked much debate online about the company's return to the PC in the living room space. One key information remains unknown: price. The Steam Machine is a gaming-focused PC designed to be more accessible than a standard desktop PC, with a sleek cube-like design and Steam OS on board. And it has IGN has a whole thing here. Linus from Linus Tech Tips expressed his disappointment to Valve that Steam Machine won't follow a console pricing model where it's subsidized by the manufacturer because it takes a 30% cut of sales made on the platform, as the likes Sony, Microsoft, and Nintendo do with their consoles. Linus said he was then asked by Valve what he meant by console price, to which he responded $500. Nobody said anything, but the energy of the room wasn't great. Linus continued. So basically, it's a 7600 CPU and a 7600 GPU. That is not a super powerful machine. Valve is upfront saying they are going to be relying on FSR in order to achieve 4K, and even then, 8 gigs of VRAM. Anyone else would be taking a lot of flack for shipping a gaming console with 8 gigs of VRAM. So, like I said, as IGN said, they've suggested the Steam Machine will cost between $700 and $800. Put that in perspective, PS5 is $549 and the Pro is $749. So I think it's going to be a little bit north of that, but yeah, that is what the Steam Machine is. It's going to be, the price is going to be the big thing. Once the price comes out, I think I can probably predict how successful it'll be. Next up, Dispatch, the superhero comedy from former Telltale devs, tops 2 million players, from Vicky Blake at IGN. Dispatch, the superhero workplace comedy. I'm going to pause for a second. As a former journalist, editor, night desks, the person that put the paper together that you go and buy outside, did headlines and everything that I did for 18 months at school. IGN makes me mad in that maybe it's AI driven or just copy and paste or whatever. Drives me mad that the first sentence of the story is like 75% of the time the headline. And it just drives me insane. Maybe I'll start going to Video Games Chronicle or something, or somewhere else. IGN's quick because it's easy to load up. But we might have to change because it's just getting on my nerves. Anyway, hailing from Ad Hoc Studio, which was founded by several former Telltale game devs, Dispatch sees you manage a dysfunctional team of misfit heroes and strategize who you send to emergencies around the city, all while balancing office politics, personal relationships, and your own quest to be a hero. So, basically a nice little summary of the game there. And now, in a tweet, Ad Hoc, Jesus, get editors, IGN, for God's sake. Ad Hoc has revealed that while there's no new episodes this week, the team wanted to thank 2 million players that have joined us so far. We wouldn't be here without you, the tweet added, appending an image designed by art director Drake Stratton, which is of Beef, which is the best character in the game. Everyone dies. If Beef dies, everyone in this room dies. So 2 million players, pretty good for a throwback, Telltale-esque game. Dispatch is really, really good. It's in my top 4. Depending on the day, will depend on where it finishes. Moving on to the Black Ops 7 thing that I teased. Black Ops 7 endgame mode unlocks for all players tomorrow, even if you haven't completed the campaign yet. Call of Duty Black Ops 7 Endgame Mode will unlock for all players tomorrow, Friday, November 21st. Oh, God, get headline writers. Up until now, Endgame was only accessible to those who completed the campaign, but from tomorrow, all players will be able to jump into action whether they completed the single campaign or not. Endgame is a brand new, repeatable co-op mode that expands on the events of the main story. Here, JSOC continues their fight across Avalon, taking on the remnants of the guild in a toxic, ever-changing battlefield. It isn't just an epilogue, but a progression-driven mode built upon teamwork, power growth, and survival. According to Charlie Intel, those who managed to complete the campaign ahead of Black Ops 7 multiplayer mode will secure some additional goodies, tokens and shit. So that's the endgame mode that I'm going to try out on stream for you guys. So good to see that it is available when we load up on Friday. Next up, final two here. Here are the games leaving the PS Plus library, if you do have PS Plus, in December. So these are the games leaving Extra and Premium on December 16th. Arcade Paradise VR, Battlefield 2042, Firefight Simulator The Squad, Forspoken, that game, GTA 3 Definitive Edition, Sonic Frontiers, Star Trek Bridge Crew, Star Wars Tales from Galaxy's Edge Enhanced Edition, and Surviving Mars. And here are the games coming from November, so kind of replacing these games. Grand Theft Auto 5, Pacific Drive, Still Wakes the Deep, Insurgency Sandstorm, Thank Goodness You're Here, The Talos Principle, Monster Jam Showdown, MotoGP 5, and for your premium people, Tomb Raider Anniversary Edition. So if you haven't played any of these games, try and get them done by December 16th if you have PS Plus. And finally, Microsoft announces the second wave for 2025 lineup here. So we'll scroll down. So the Wave 2 lineup, a lot of these are already out. Moonlighter 2, The Endless Vault, Culebra, I believe that, and The Souls of Limbo. Monsters are coming, Rock and Road. The Crew Motofest. Banishers, Ghost of New Eden. That one's coming out on the 25th. Kill It With Fire 2 is November 25th. Marvel Cosmic Invasion, December 1st, which was a really good game when I played the demo. So I'm interested. I'm going to try that out. That might be a hasty glance the week it comes out. And Lost Records Bloom and Rage, which also could be a stream game for us on December 2nd. The game's leaving Xbox at the end of the month. Barbie Project Friendship. No! Just kidding. I had no idea what that game was. Lords of the Fallen, Octopath Traveler, Octopath Traveler 2, and Steam World Build. So that's all the games for Game Pass there. And that'll do it for the news. Thank you all for joining us. We'll be back tonight with Mega Man 4 if you're watching this on YouTube or listening to it. And then we'll be back probably not till Friday. I don't think you're streaming this week, Tom, unless you want to do Friday. Maybe Wednesday. I might be available Wednesday, but I doubt you are. So if you want to take that, Final Fantasy VI maybe not this week, but we will definitely be streaming Friday. We're going to do Call of Duty, as I mentioned, and then Saturday, as you can see in the there, 5 days until then. We're going to have our 4th week of Extra Life. Trying to get to that 750 mark. We should be there or close to it by the time we stream. There's going to be $15 added to that once I figure out how to get my mom on there. I might just donate and then have her send me. But she wants to do it herself. I think she wants to put a message or something. But either way, that'll be $640 by the time Saturday rolls around. But we should get to the goals soon. I don't want to pop them up here because it'll just be weird, especially if you're watching this after everything's over. But we do have some goals there. Just tune into the stream or watch the Extra Life stuff that is already up, and you'll find out the goals. And then on Sunday, we'll be back with News Hour. And then, we just continue from there. And then remember, the 2 big streams coming up. December 6th, we at 8:30, I believe, we are playing Jackbox as a group, as we always do. And then on December 13th, I'm like 95% sure. So just depending on if I have basketball. I don't think I have basketball. If not, it'll just move to the 20th when I know I don't have basketball because they're on winter break. We'll be playing Phantom Liberty, which is the Cyberpunk 2077 DLC, story DLC with Idris Elba. So we play through that all day. We'll start at noon and we'll go all day long with that. So, yeah. Thank you guys for listening. It has been fun as always. And we will see you next time. I think hopefully you guys, let's see. Trying to think if there's anything else that I need to mention. Yeah, I think we got everything, right, Tom? I think we're good. Yeah, sorry, just stalling a bit here as I forget that I changed the what's it called? My little buttons here, and I don't have my end button anymore, so I need to make sure everything is good. Why can't I find this? Sorry for you audio listeners, this means nothing to you. Alright, there we go. Now I got it. Alright, thank you all for listening, and we'll see you next time. Bye!